won his titles at lightweight and junior welterweight. King Ryan Garcia. They also call him Flash, fighting out of Los Angeles, California.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York in the United States, an electrifying 2-division champion of the world known as the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez. Fighting out of the blue corner from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Ryan Garcia.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
So, all the talking's done.
All right,
now,
I went over the rules.
let's get down to action.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. The jab doesn't quite connect. Nice counter shot. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Tom. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
They exchange punches. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. How about that time counter shot? A swing and a miss with that jab. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Just missing with the uppercut. The straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Some bad rounds, all right, but we don't care. Go out there and win.
That's it. And just stick a few body shots in there, vary it up a little bit so we can't figure you out.
Come back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take the round off, win the round on your jab, and then breathe when you're stepping around. I need you to get back.
We're looking for that one shot or anything.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to block it. They've got to block it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
That counter punch caught him clean. A perfect counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in counter.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Ring Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter shot. That hook doesn't score. Catch and shoot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. And he scores with the counter. Caution being thrown to the wind. Nice defense with that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got...
I love that. That jab slip.
On to the third. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Punching. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. Well done with that counter shot. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool,
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
It's so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he misses with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of defense here at all. They block the uppercut. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Those counter punches have to hurt. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears. And there's the bell to start round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
Nice counter. You believe what we are seeing. Good job defending the jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Nice counter punch. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. How about that time counter shot? You'd like to see more jabs. He blocks the right uppercut. Straight right just misses. Just misses with that uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Teofimo Lopez that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you pick and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. And right back into the fray.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Fantastic punch. We about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
No rest for the weary. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Missing with the hook. Punch, counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously...
How's it tougher fight?
This is the beginning of round 6. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? Excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Not so rigid anymore with the stance. He's willing to go where the other fighter won't. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? Punch, counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fight has a real good flow to it. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. There's a counter shot. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Teofimo Lopez that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw. And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Looks like trouble was averted.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? Big shot, and down goes Garcia. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. 1, 2, 3.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
Is that ever hope? Remember the fighter, Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. We'll try to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round to make. And we enter the 8th round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
Sometimes when you get in there with something that's so powerful, you don't think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to get like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. You'd like to see more jabs. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They block the hook. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when they're in the ring with fighters like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Parries that jab away. Nice defense on that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.